I'm more surprised Jeanty ain't getting that much love. They pretty much said Travis Hunter is like 1,000 to minus 1,000 to win the Heisman. I was like, dang. He must have had a really big game.
Yeah, they scored like 50-something points in the last game.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Man, okay. Dang, that's how you go out right there.
50. How much did Travis get? 2 touchdowns, 200.
I don't know. All I know is he went into the smiling at the cheerleaders and got in trouble by his fiance.
Oh nah.
On the other team.
What, Dion got him?
Nah, his wife got him after the game. He was all cheesy when he went up to her.
Oh.
And she was like, "Nah, what was all that? What was all that?"
Oh,
what was all that kiki?
Like, really?
Yeah, it was like a whole video. It was a whole video, bro.
I gotta find that out.
That's what they were saying it was about, though. Cause then I saw the actual play. I was like, dang, that's petty. But they freaking they doing them dirty for the DB award. Even though I think Caleb Downs should win it, but
he only got 3 interceptions, right? He'd have to win all off of like not throwing to him.
Yeah, and like tackles and a whole bunch of all the plays. But if he doesn't win the Heisman, bro, that'd be crazy. He got 92 receptions, 1,100 yards, 14 touchdowns.
Like, I don't even. That can't even place him in the top wide receivers, can it? 1,000 yards?
1,100 yards. 14 touchdowns, though. But he played both sides of the ball, too.
Let me see. Stats.
Because last year he had 700 yards, 52 receptions. That's when it was bad, though.
So he's number 4.
Yeah. Once you get past 1,000 yards, that's a lot, bro, for one season.
Yeah, but like
today he had 3 touchdowns.
But it's like compared to other seasons, like other people have been a receiver and had like 1,800. You know, like
yeah, but that's all they played though. He got interceptions and all that, bro. That's just one set of stats. You know.
I mean, I know, but it's like it's hard to be. Yeah, because like Heisman is like.
Bro, he the best player out there, bro. He be doing stuff that people like his highlights, bro. He be doing stuff people can't do, bro. That's what I'm talking about too. It's not just stats, bro. I don't know.
Like if it ain't just stats, like it's ultimately not gonna be end up wins. It's ultimately not gonna be a Colorado push. Like really, you just be giving it for being a 2-way player. You know what I mean? Like that's 100%.
Elite 2-way player.
But how do we know he's elite 2-way player?
Because nobody else does it like that.
No, who does he verse, bro? Who does Colorado verse? Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know about that. They went 9-3 though. From the bad season they had before. They played Nebraska, lost to Nebraska. They beat Utah.
They beat Baylor.
They beat Utah. They beat Texas Tech. Arizona. Arizona's supposed to be mad good. They weren't though. I mean, I feel like
Arizona might be their best win, right? No, the schedule is not decent. None of these dudes are ranked.
Well, they're not ranked now, but they were. Like a lot of these teams were ranked at some point. Not a lot. A couple of these teams. I don't know. Well, who? So you think Jeanty should win it?
So the problem is Genty's team is going to be in the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
They should still be in the playoffs.
Yeah. Colorado have a bowl game though, right? Something.
Yeah, Colorado have a bowl game,
That's if he playing that.
which he won't. Like that would be crazy to play.
Like I just feel like his impact on the field is higher than everybody else's though.
Sure, but like that's the impact as a two-way player. Like he's good on both a receiver and a corner. But the thing is, like, he's not going to win best corner, and he's not going to win best wide receiver. But he's going to be the best player in college. So how can he be the best player? You know what I mean? It's a tough question.
It is, and the answer is not satisfactory to you, so I can't answer the question.
No, it's just kind of like if this dude's not the best in either spots, yet he's considered Heisman, that goes to the best player in college. What made him the best player? You know what I mean? Like, it's not. He didn't lead his team anywhere. He didn't. Okay. You know what I mean? Like sometimes they give quarterbacks.
That's literally what I was about to say. So like, when was the last time you think a player was the best player in all of college when they won the Heisman? Check all the
Reggie Bush.
Yeah, that's a long time ago, though.
I mean, you know, Jaden Daniels.
No. LSU wasn't doing nothing for real, bro.
Oh my God, bro! It was the passing yards and on the ground.
Yeah, but they
dominant, bro.
You talking about the most recent one to win Heisman?
That was like that dominant where they was literally the best. Like you felt like they was the best. Like 100%, they're the best. They going number one. All that.
No, you're saying like overall everything though. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, like their whole game.
You know what? I would say it had to be Lamar Jackson. He got so much disrespect, but
I mean, but Lamar didn't win. They didn't
he wasn't winning though. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not my point. My point is like normally Heisman's have like a narrative. Like this running back had the best season. This wide receiver had the best season. You know what I mean? And my thing for Travis Hunter's narrative is just that he's good on both receiver and cornerback. He's not the best.
He's elite though. He's elite.
Well, but that's why I said, why do you say he's elite? Like
he's top 4 receiver in the league in the whole thing. You just said that, and I'm pretty sure.
But it's the competition. Like how are we saying he's elite when he's not playing anybody, and he has 1,000 yards, bro? 1,000 yards is nothing, G. Like 1,000 yards is
it's more than 1,000 though.
1,100, my bad. Like
he got touchdowns too.
Like what did Chris Olave and Wilson do on their year? They both probably had 1,000.
Yeah.
So how
they also had CJ Stroud though.
Bro, like think of that's what I'm talking about. It's kind of like how can you give the Heisman to a dude that on one team that had CJ Stroud, 2 wide receivers. I don't know if they had 1,000. I would just assume they did.
Yeah.
They both probably did though have 1,000 yards. Mm-hmm. Like how can a player do that? And it's like, oh well, it's because he also plays defense. But then the defensive side, none of it is like crazy enough to be like, oh yeah, lockdown, shut down the wide receiver that was going number 1 or something like none of that happened.
So, yes,
we're just going on assumption that he's elite.
No, we're not. Because we can see that he's elite in the plays that he's making though. That's my point. So like, you gotta think of like the overall narrative for Colorado.
Wait, who y'all talking about? Travis Hunter?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I agree with Chris. It's about competition.
Like, because like on
like on paper though, when you're looking at competition, right? Like the Big 12 is not one of the top tier, right? But you got to think of where Colorado came from of winning like one game or something like that before Deion and them got there, to winning 3 to this year tripling their, maybe not triple, I think they won 4 games, but like going from winning 4 games to winning 9, and Travis Hunter is making the game-winning plays from on defense to when he got that forced fumble in the end zone. Like, bro makes plays every week, bro. And it wouldn't matter to me if you put Travis Hunter on any team, any other team, put him on a Georgia, put him on a Ohio State, put him on a Michigan or whatever. He gonna beat out all them people that you talking about. It's just the fact that.
But then it goes right then. You're assuming that.
Yeah, you don't know that.
You don't know that. And we won't know that either because his team's not in playoff position again. So his season is effectively over. You see what I'm saying? So the narrative just becomes.
I'm assuming that, but like when you don't take into account his actual stats and said those aren't good enough either, along with the amount of snaps that he played, it's like, bro, what can I say? Nothing I'm saying is sufficient enough for you because
there's a lot of college players that have outstanding seasons, but they play for a lower ranked team, and that's why they don't pan out well in the NFL.
And that's why they don't get notoriety. Like, oh well, you're on a trash division anyway. Like that's why. So that's what I'm saying. So now we're talking to Heisman. So with that being said, is his competition good enough to just outright say like, oh yeah, for sure Travis Hunter deserves it with less yards than wide receivers that got passed up on for Heisman? Because what did Marvin Harrison do?
Marvin Harrison already drafted.
Yeah, what were his numbers every year?
It was good. I don't know the stats. I don't have the stats on me. But what I would say to that is the weight that y'all are putting on competition versus like the play in the actual games is where you lose me, because what was Boise doing last year?
I don't know. Were they good?
I don't think they were doing anything crazy. But Ashton Jeanty was going crazy on Boise, right? But now because they have a winning season and they're on their way to the now he's in contention. But who's in their conference?
Nobody.
Exactly. So why can't Travis Hunter be in the conversation as well, where it's like, because he's not playing literally one position, maybe that's why he doesn't have the same amount of stats as somebody that's only playing those offensive stats or the defensive stats.
So if he did play one position, you'd think he'd have more wide receiver stats, right?
Yeah, or DB stats, whatever.
Yeah. Which can we both agree that if he did just pick one side, he still would not have won the Heisman?
Say it again. I'm sorry.
If he picked one side, he would not have enough stats to win Heisman. Because clearly that's not why he's in the conversation.
If we just cut all his stats, if he cut his stats in half, and it was 2 Travis Hunters, would he be in the conversation?
Yeah, exactly. No.
I don't know. I don't think so.
You don't, bro.
I don't think so. Shedeur would probably be in the stats before.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying.
Based on just these stats. But it's the stats combined, though, is what you're not willing to accept, because we haven't seen it before since Charles Woodson.
No.
What was Charles Woodson?
So what I'm saying is if another player comes along and gets 3 interceptions and 1,000 yards, is that automatically a Heisman Trophy worthy season? Do you think
Travis Hunter wins, yeah. But we don't know if he's gonna win. He should be able to be in the conversation for sure, though.
So that's why I'm saying, like, for a Heisman, you got to make sure you be careful with decisions like this, because another
Sets a
player,
precedent.
if yeah, it sets a precedent. So you have to be sure that
And
you
I
don't
don't see
have
how
some
you can
dude
watch
that goes
Travis
to
Hunter and not be
Western
sure.
Tucker.
That's what I'm saying.
No, because there's been like what's it? Bailey Zappi threw like 50 touchdowns in a season and was not even close to being Heisman. You see what I'm saying?
I don't know who that is.
He's the Patriot quarterback before they drafted Drake May.
So you're saying he had that many touchdowns in college?
Yeah.
I mean, the Chicago Bears backup got the most, like the most yards or something in the history of the game. He wasn't close either because he was playing.
Yeah, but I'm talking a single season. So like that's what a Heisman be. But the argument would not be like, oh, Bailey Zappi is the best player that year at quarterback because they know he went to Western Kentucky.
Mm-hmm. But but I also think that based on what was I
he had
based
62,
based on the conversation we were saying before,
62, almost 6,000 yards.
Listen to what I'm about to say. Based on the conversation we was having before, if they had gotten to the playoff, do you think he would have been in the conversation?
I think he gets a chance to prove it. Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So,
because then he gets to go against the competition and prove that he's like that.
Yeah, but like I don't know what to say right now. The whole Ashton Jeanty conversation too is that if they didn't make the playoffs, will he still be in contention for it?
He wants to throw here on second down.
Oh yeah, I mean now I would say Travis Hunter had a much bigger argument because they're in the same boat. Like pretty much, there's no actual player in college football that's going to be in the playoffs that people have considered Heisman worthy. You know what I mean?
On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield.
I hear what you're saying.
It would be weird. People that get the Heisman that's not in the playoffs, you can't. Yeah, you gotta be a winning person. You're gonna win.
Yeah, I feel like Jeanty being in the playoffs, and we know the reason why his team is 11-1 is a large part of his crazy season. Like, if Boise State wins 2 playoff games, it's gonna be really hard at that point to say like, yo, for sure Travis Hunter gotta go, because now we're talking about Boise State being back relevant again.
Yeah, so they be a championship team.
And then Travis Hunter just he can't play no more games.
So he should be disqualified.
Like one guy gets to add to his. You know what I mean? One guy gets to add. He's in the conversation. I mean, I think it's between them two. My thing is just the voters are gonna have to pick. Like, can we really say the Heisman goes to a player that it would not be considered the best at either of the positions? Like that.
I don't think that's a hard question, bro.
So how do you think he'll do in the NFL then?
I think he's gonna have to pick, or the team is gonna have to pick what side he's gonna play.
Like in the NBA, can someone win MVP without being on a winning team, have solid offensive numbers, and good on the defensive end? I don't know.
So in basketball, it usually goes with it's either the best team. It used to be the best team, best player.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of MVPs like in football, basketball. Like what would Travis Hunter be? Like what?
Travis Hunter would be like Travis Hunter. Derrick Rose made the playoffs that year, I think. Like the argument for the NBA is that like a lot of times LeBron and Michael Jordan should have a lot more MVPs than they do.
Yep.
People say that, right?
It becomes harder to win like the next MVP.
So just like Joker right now should not technically, like, because they have quote unquote fixed that situation, is the reason why Joker has so many MVPs right now. But before, and now it looks weird that Joker has more MVPs than exactly. When it's like, obviously in basketball you can see who the best player in the NBA is, but their team not winning as much.
Yeah. So yeah, my only thing against Travis is just exactly that. Like, what are we gonna do?
And you're saying the eye test is not good enough. When the stats, the eye test is not good enough when the stats don't outweigh the means or whatever.
Oh. You got to put up big numbers, and that's exactly what this guy has done all season long. Top 10 in the nation in passing yardage, and he's the biggest reason why they've been winning.
He done left. He done left the scene.
Got 8 on first down. Now looking at a second.
I got him, y'all. The ultimate argument.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
These are the conversations.
Alright, I'm back. Did Mochi log me out?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Alright, where was I?
Forgot. I felt like I won though.
Like pretty much. Remember when Westbrook won his MVP?
Yeah.
Like it was kind of like an anomaly because no person has ever won MVP being like 8th or whatever, 7th.
Yeah, but they were in the playoffs.
But then also, yeah, but they're still in the playoffs, and also Westbrook at least had a historic, never before.
But he's done it
double and
so many times after that though too, and not one.
Exactly, but that was the first time. So the argument he has for him is no one's ever done a triple double.
Yeah, no one's ever done what Travis Hunter's done.
And
it's Charles Woodson.
No, but that's what I'm saying. No one's ever done what I've done. Where does that lead to? Like, it's not the first time someone's ever done this.
In the known present or whatever.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. If you give him the Heisman, just alone on that, the stats aren't even astronomical to like think you cannot break.
We need to look this up. I'm playing a game right now. Let me see. Charles Woodson stats. Dude, Michigan too, bro. So Charles Woodson in 1997 had 44 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 1 sack, 9 pass breakups, and 8 interceptions. 8 interceptions is crazy.
Damn.
But listen to the offensive stats. He had 12 catches, 238 yards, 2 touchdowns. But he also had 300 yards on special teams or punt returns,
right? Yeah,
with 1 touchdown, right? So he did not have a 1,000-yard season.
Yeah.
Travis Hunter has a 1,000-yard season. Let me see his defensive stats.
Yeah, so that exactly is the Heisman you have to look at, because you have to say which one's harder to replicate, Travis Hunter's or Woodson's, the 8 interceptions.
Travis Hunter has 30. He has 30
what?
Tackles. Travis Hunter has 30 tackles, 9 deflections, 3 interceptions, and 8 forced fumbles.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 8 forced fumble. I'm sorry. I said 8. That's pretty comparable, bro. And even better on offense. I'm not going to cap. Defensive-wise, that's pretty comparable.
Well, defense, that's crazy.
Especially if they're not throwing to your side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
what are we talking
but
about?
didn't Woodson do it at Michigan?
Yeah, but Michigan is butt.
And didn't they? Did they? Did they win that year?
Won.
No.
I think they won that year too.
Was that? Yeah.
And you're seeing here that
Bruh, like that's my only thing. It's like you have to be
But they
careful
went
with
9-3, bruh. They went 9-3. That's a good freaking season, bro. And who and
They went 9-3.
what's the so they can't make the game, right?
No, that
Like
they
Big
can only
12
go
only
to
get
bowl.
one. Big 12 only get one team.
And I mean, we're talking about a season where now we're at 12 playoffs and you didn't make the playoffs, bro. Like in a conference that people don't think is really strong this year. Like it's a lot.
They thought
This
it was
is-
strong before it started.
Did they?
Like they thought it was like slept on.
Yeah, I would think maybe slept on, but the big dogs kind of left the conference that year.
But look at the carnage of the ACC though, and the well SEC is different, but SEC is SEC. Different level.
Like I said, I just don't think it's easy. Right now, Travis Hunter is leading it. That's what Vegas is saying.
Yeah.
But
what is the scuttlebutt though? What is the conversation?
It's just as if Jeanty then takes Boise State far, it's to me it's going to be impossible to say he doesn't deserve Heisman.
That's true.
Because like I said, it just proves that wait a minute, we were better than I am better than what everyone thought, and unfortunately Travis doesn't get to prove it. You know,
I hear you. I hear
like
you,
like
bro.
for example, if Boise State versus Ohio State, bro, and Jeanty runs for 200 yards, are we real?
Do they win?
They win. They win. They beat Ohio State.
Yeah. I'm not saying Ashton Jeanty can't get the Heisman. I'm just saying
He versus
that-
Georgia beats Georgia. You know, like
I'm just
only
saying.
one single game it takes for people to be like, yo,
I think
are we
pound for pound.
positive Colorado would have been able
I
to do
think
this?
pound for pound, Travis Hunter is the best college player right now.
Yeah.
Like I've seen enough. Like if Boise hand the ball off enough, he can get as much stats as he want. But that don't mean that he's gonna be good when he gets to the league though.
Yeah, but like I said, Heisman is strictly in college.
Oh, now it don't matter. Now it don't matter what he's gonna do when he gets to the league. You just said that it mattered.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you agreed though.
I didn't say.
You agreed.
Wait, does it matter what you do in the league?
Yeah. Hezekiah said that, and you was like, "Yep, you're right."
Well, I know that, like I said, Travis Hunter's thing is we'll see if he can actually do the same thing he did in college in the league. Because my main problem with
What
it
same
is,
thing though? Playing both sides or no?
yeah, playing both sides. Because you're not the best wide receiver, and then you're not the best cornerback. So how can you go up against players in the pros that are the best at both sides? You see what I'm saying?
I'm saying that whichever one he chooses. Like I think you play defense.
Yeah, you think he's elite on both?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think he's elite, like bad ball catcher. Like he can go up and get whatever he want. Like you throw it up there, he gonna go get it. But like if everybody's focusing on him,
He's gonna pass.
that's got to open it up for other people.
He's got his man.
So
45 on its way.
I think depending on what's most likely going to happen is that he's going to have select packages on offense that he plays,
Yeah, for sure.
and that'll be about it. But mainly, he's going to be defense.
Yeah.
The wide
My
receiver
main
getting
thing
that
is
money though.
it's just like the Heisman Trophy winners. Their stats are normally very, very crazy. And then you have to also think about wide receiver Heisman Trophy winners. Like, it's so hard. Like, there have been a lot of wide receivers who had amazing stats that did not win because of quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
So to now give a player as a wide receiver,
Oh my gosh, that was a dot.
To me, it's a sticky situation.
Yeah.
That's
And
like my only thing.
for me, Like,
Because you're pretty much begging wide receivers who only play wide receiver to have a 2,200-yard season to even sniff Heisman, and it's crazy.
yeah, but that's not the only reason why he's in there though. That's the whole point.
Yes, but like I said, it not either or stats lead to like it's amazing. Like
Top 4 is not good enough.
Yeah, no, not for Heisman.
That's crazy. Top 4, you're not elite. That's crazy.
Because this year their top 4 is not that great. You see what I'm saying? Like any year, his numbers would not even be top 4. Who's the do you even know the name of the other wide receivers
of this year?
Yeah.
The dude from Arizona. Probably somebody from Oregon, probably.
Someone from like SMU is like number 1. But that's the thing, bro. It's like
that's SMU though.
But my point is, like, if Jamar Chase or Marvin Harrison were in this year's,
yeah,
their numbers would be much bigger.
I think that 1,000 yards is the threshold. I think that's
1,000 yards, bro. To be considered an Heisman for wide receiver?
No, to be considered Heisman if you're playing both ways. I think that's the benchmark. If you're playing both sides of the ball like that, to get 1,000 yards, a lot, bro. A lot of playing. He got more XP than everybody out there. But I get it though. I get what y'all saying.
Like I said, I'm not going to be like,
eye test.
Oh,
I feel like does he have more XP if he has?
You said what?
I said, does he have more XP if someone that has 2,000 yards?
Yeah, because he also got 30 some tackles and 4 interceptions
and. I'm saying this: if we're thinking about a person that is truly dominating one side of the field and a person that's truly balanced, who are you going with? The person that's dominating and winning, or the one that's balanced?
Yeah,
I don't think it's balanced. I don't
it's
think it's
just
balanced. I think he's better than most wide receivers, and he's better than most DBs.
So if you think like this too, if you play in a tougher conference, he'll be even more tired, and he'll not be able to like the injuries will take on with that too. So it's just like
that's the same argument as like the whole can today's basketball players play back in the day? I think skill transfers. If you skilled, you're skilled, bro.
Yeah. He's just pretty much saying if Travis Hunter just decided to play at Michigan his whole career, he would still just be really great. I
don't know if they don't have a Dion, so I don't know if they would allow him to play both sides based on politics.
Sure.
But I think whatever side of the ball he's playing on, he will still be elite for sure. 100%.
Yeah, so that's my main thing is I definitely don't believe that. Like if he just played wide receiver, I do not think he's gonna have an all-time great wide receiver year. Anywhere. Like
why though?
Because his numbers aren't even close. Like not even in the realm. It's 1,000 yards, G. 1,100. I don't want to disrespect him if I say 1,000.
14 touchdowns, I know.
Does he have 14 wide receiver touchdowns or 14 total?
14 wide receiver touchdowns.
Dang, bro, that's crazy. That's a lot.
Okay then. But what now?
So that's context too, though. 1,000, then you have 14 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So how'd you get them touchdowns?
What else he got to do? 14 receiving touchdowns.
Oh.
He's a big play guy, bro. He makes big plays.
He's a big play guy. So he has 14 touchdowns, 100 yards a game, almost 1 to 2 touchdowns each time. That's pretty good season, bro.
It's an amazing season.
Yeah, Heisman worthy.
I get what y'all are saying. I get what y'all are saying. But when it comes to what else I see out there, I don't see how he's not up there. I'm not saying he should automatically win.
Really up there.
But y'all saying he shouldn't even be in the. You're saying he shouldn't even be in the race, really, with 1,000 yards, because
we're just saying, like, compared to like in the past, 1,000 yards would not get you close to the Heisman. So now
Charles Woodson had 300.
Yes, but we already talked about that. They won. They won, bro. So Travis Hunter in a league that they deem not that great. Not only could they not get to the playoffs, which has 12 teams.
We said slept on. I'm not. Look, I get what you're saying, bro. And if he don't win, or if he do win, I still think he's the best player out in this class. For sure, 100%. Pound for pound, the best player. I think that's good enough. I think that's good enough.
You're picking him number one because hopefully he can be a wide receiver and a corner, so then you don't have to, draft two. Like 2 for 1, that's kind of like a steal. Unless you need a quarterback.
I don't know. I don't know where we.
Like I said,
I feel like it's a stalemate at this point.
No, because like the argument really is not about like where they're gonna do in the league. Because like Jeanty's not going number 1 overall. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that was part of the initial argument. Was like, I thought that Heisman's supposed to be the best player.
They're supposed to be the best player in
college.
In college football, yes.
Yes.
And I'm saying, like, how can you be considered the best player when you're not the best player on defense or the best player on offense? Exactly. Like, how can you be considered the best player?
But we're saying that he's the best, though. Off the eye test. The eye test is not good.
You were saying he's the best based on the eye test. So I am saying I cannot tell because he does not play good enough competition. And every time they played good competition,
what is your goal?
Reliant on Shador also.
What is your goal? Every receiver relied on their quarterback.
Yes.
Ashton Jeanty relied on being handed the ball, and that's their whole offense.
Really? Yeah, he has to get, as long as he gets the handoff, he's good.
Yep, you need a line too.
Sure.
And my whole thing is like the whole Colorado story, along with Travis Hunter's, is enough to warrant him to either win or be in the race. And you're saying that because he only has 1,000 yards. 1,100 yards. Let me see.
Yeah, is he worthy enough of Heisman? Like,
yeah,
because once you make that deal, it's gonna be a big argument of, bruh, like, so all I gotta do is be a cornerback part-time, and I can.
But it's not part-time. It's the whole game. You playing both positions the whole game, bruh.
Bruh, I get it, but you're not. You're saying he's dominant. You're the one arguing that he's.
I say he's
dominant.
Elite.
Yes, he's bruh. Yeah, he's elite all times. Whenever he's on the field, dominating.
Yeah.
And all I'm thinking is, bruh, if he was literally in the SEC,
he would have SEC talent with him.
No, he would be versing
Marvin Harrison.
wide receiver.
Marvin Harrison. That's what I was about to say. Marvin Harrison had 1,211 yards.
Okay.
His last season. 14 touchdowns.
Yeah.
26 yards rushing, 1 rushing touchdown.
Yes.
Travis Hunter stats. are 1,100, 14 touchdowns, plus a whole set of what you call defensive stats.
Yes.
Marvin Harrison.
What
Marvin Harrison was
conferences,
in
bro, and
Marvin
two
Harrison.
different conferences.
Bro.
Like I don't. You're literally just saying like, yo, no, Colorado versus good teams.
I'm saying that his stats match. You're saying that his the conference don't.
Yes.
So that's a tie.
How is that a tie? Like,
because the stats, if we go by points, stats wise, it matches. He has the stats. Conference wise, it doesn't match. That's a tie. That's 1 for 1.
That's not a, bro. So that's what I'm saying.
And the person he's going against, that's second in the thing, right? Also from a bad conference, but he's winning right now, right?
Yes.
So that's 2 points for him, 1 point for Travis Hunter. Then what's the next thing? Oh, he got the storyline.
I don't agree with your version of the storyline. How this is good. I just
but
don't
you're
see
also
how.
but the whole point of it is that the weight that you put on different categories matters differently to you than to me.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You think he's elite.
Right. But you're also like, there's no concession on your side though.
What do you mean?
You know what I'm saying?
He's like, it's either him or Jeanty.
I know, but I'm saying concession like from like your side of the argument. It's like there's no room for not compromise, but trying not to use these freaking debate bro terms, but it's like there's no need to convince you. There's no need to convince you, but it's like if I don't agree, then word is law at this point.
No, pretty much what I'm saying
is
it
sounds like
he cannot verse any higher competition anymore.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So for me to say like, oh yeah, he's elite, I'm never gonna know who's his best team that he versed. Who's the best wide receiver that he versed?
Caleb Williams.
That was last year, bro. Like what? That in Heisman years, it's a single year. So it makes it difficult, and that's what I'm saying. For them to pick, you have to be careful because players like this who do look good, there could be a freaking Bailey Zappi who threw 62 touchdowns, 6,000 yards. Now it becomes, why shouldn't they win Heismans? Do you see what I'm saying? But Jeanty, literally his team lost one game. They're going to be in the playoffs. He can still show that,
so whose schedule was better, though?
But see, that's what I'm saying. You're now going to something different. You're going to something different.
No, because
they have the same narrative. Both of their conferences are not that great. Jeanty's stats are very, very, very good. Heisman worthy.
Yeah.
But their conferences are not good. But Jeanty is still in the running to verse higher competition. So all Jeanty has to do in my mind is just perform the same way he did against those competition. That's all he has to do.
Mm-hmm. And it's automatic.
What do you mean?
I'm saying it's not.
So you're saying if Jeanty wins 2 playoff games, that's not enough because Travis Hunter's season was that good.
I'm saying that if you look at the way what they did in the season, then you could see that Travis Hunter is the best player in college football.
There you go.
I'm saying that based on what the season that they're having, that if you look at their seasons lined up, highlights for highlights, then Travis Hunter is the best player in college football.
Jeanty has 27 rushing touchdowns. 27. Bro.
Yep. He's the only player.
Who's the next player that has that many touchdowns?
Like if the
let's be honest.
But look,
this man might have
saying.
3 times his
touchdowns.
touchdowns.
That's what I'm about to say. I'm gonna try to bridge the gap right here, right now. You know, and this might kill my argument, but this is how I honestly feel about the situation. If the award was called most valuable player, I would say that Jeanty is Boise State's most valuable player and like on the team as far as team success, 100%. But if we're looking at best player, Travis Hunter can do way more for you than Ashton Jeanty too. Just off the nature of him playing both sides of the ball and his impact on the field. So
yeah, I get that. The only problem is because he can play both sides of the field. How much does that boost you in Heisman?
Okay,
how much?
Since Ashton Jeanty
that's what they're gonna have to answer.
Is Boise State's whole offense?
Yeah.
How much does that boost him? And the amount, like, you gotta think about how many carries he got too.
Yeah, it's 312.
That's a lot, bro. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
So, how much impact does that mean he has?
That's what I'm saying. Like, he can still prove it. Hunter cannot, bro. You see what I'm saying?
And,
Hunter,
and I'm saying that he did enough.
Yeah. So you're the one saying it's done. Because you're saying no matter what Jeanty does in the college football playoffs, it does not matter.
If they win the whole thing, or if they win 2 games, like you're saying, or
what I'm saying, if his stats look the same against better competition, we have a direct comparison. Like, boom, it shows that Jeanty is just that nice.
Yeah,
and he most likely at that point would be considered the best player in college football. But you're saying no, regardless, without me knowing, I know Travis Hunter could have won against Ohio State.
December 1st.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Hey.
Travis Hunter is the best player in college football. But what I done seen, and it's not over. You're right, and it's not over. And it's not over. But I'm not coming from the angle of that
competition matters.
No.
That's what you're saying.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm coming from the side of what I've seen, but also like big players make big plays, right?
Big moments, yeah.
And skill transfers, right? Rosters don't though.
The skill transfers.
So that's why I'm saying, like, it makes sense that if Jeanty can do the same thing he's been doing, it makes perfect sense because skill transfers. But that's based on what happens in the trenches, right?
I mean, they're so sure.
Like, football is a team sport, bruh.
So, like, sure, but I feel like Jeanty's yards and stuff is also predicated on his whole O-line the whole year anyway. You know what I mean?
And the fact that he's had 300 touches. Look at what Travis has done for the amount of touches he's done.
Travis.
Like,
he has 90, so he's up there.
That's what I'm saying, and it's just the fact that he's up there is not enough. It's the fact that
he's the third highest receiving yards.
Right? You said top 4?
No, so he's the third highest receptions. Like, so Jeanty has number 1 total carries by a large margin.
Yeah.
Travis Hunter is the third.
Yeah, but what's the margin though?
He's behind the guy 8 passes.
That's not a lot. Versus, what's the margin for Jeanty?
Yeah, so 8 passes.
To
The guy has 2 more touchdowns than him and then 200 more yards. But what I'm saying is previous wide receivers, that not only would they have similar stats, they have way more. So
Marvin Harris, what's way more? Marvin Harrison had 1,200 yards.
So Rome Odunze had
Same
92. Rome Odunze had 92 last year, 1,600 yards, 13 touchdowns, a better season than Hunter. But you're gonna argue, well, Hunter plays defense, so that's why.
I'm saying that's his storyline.
Yeah, so all I'm saying is Rome Odunze was not even close to Heisman. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he's not even so if he's not even close, how are we gonna give
how many
Travis
players
Hunter?
are not even close?
A lot of them, bro.
Okay, then. So what's your point?
Like what I'm saying is, how much jumpage are you gonna give a wide receiver and cornerback when the wide receiver's numbers are nowhere near a wide receiver's numbers who wasn't even in the conversation of Heisman? You see what I'm
What
saying?
year though? Not this year.
I can go.
Not
I can
this
go
year.
every year, G.
Not this
I can-
year. We're looking at this year.
Yes, we are.
And you say he's
So
top
this year-
4. Top 4 is elite.
He's number 4. Okay, top 4 when he's number 4.
Or okay, well, my fault. My fault. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm saying
So,
you're right.
He's
What
number
I'm saying
4.
is, yes.
His average yards is 12 yards.
Mhm.
That is not even close to anytime receivers.
But
This is what I'm saying. Like overall, saying top 4 in a year where all the receivers are down bumps him just because his rest of his competition is not that great. But compared to other Heisman Trophy winners, their stats are always astronomical crazy. You see what I'm saying? Like they have something that's really, really crazy, really, really amazing. So how much credit does Travis Hunter get for being a defensive player when his defensive numbers aren't even crazy? It's 3 interceptions, and then you said 4 fumbles or a fumble
a fumble.
and
4
a fumble.
interceptions. 4 no. 4 interceptions. 1 fumble. 30 tackles.
Yeah. And 30 tackles. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it becomes how much credit are you gonna give him?
Mm-hmm. And you're not giving him none.
No, he's in the. See, that's the weird thing. The guy is number 2.
Yeah.
It's him and Jeanty.
Yeah. And
So
we're
none
giving-
does not
we're-
exist.
We're giving
Like,
we're just like I said earlier, keep repeating it. We're giving different weight to these things. And because we're not on the
no, it's
Not
how
on the
much weight
board.
are you giving the defense? That's what they have to pick because
yeah,
essentially what they're gonna establish is if a two-way player does play again, if they immediately get 1,000 yards, like what you're saying, it automatically makes them a Heisman runner, regardless. Do you see what I'm saying?
And you're saying that's
it
a
does
bad
not
thing.
matter. And to me, it is a bad thing because it depends on your competition. Like, if I'm at Western Michigan and I put 1,000 yards receiving and I have 8 interceptions, that should automatically be I'm Travis Hunter plus double his interceptions. But they're gonna say no. Why?
And because
you see what I'm saying?
And because he's not playing the SEC, none of his games count.
That's why you keep saying they don't count. I don't know what you're adding that.
No, I was just saying, like, it's basically saying, like, they don't count, bro. Because
no,
you say that,
he is in the running.
Bro, I don't understand the point of this now. I'm losing the plot. Because
so if he was in the SEC, to me, it's a lock. Like 100%. He's the best player. He's versing the very, very, very top elite talent every down. But he's not. And he's not even in the Big Ten. He's not in the ACC. He's
ACC's down.
Sure. But
so what's
compare
after ACC? What's after ACC?
Compare ACC to his
what's
division.
After ACC?
You're still gonna take those teams, G. Those teams are still better.
What's after ACC?
That's a toss-up.
Oh, now it's a toss-up. Oh.
It's a toss-up.
But when Texas was in there, what happened?
Was in there. See? That's
What
I don't
happened?
understand, bro. But what we're talking about is two players in conferences that would not be deemed strong.
Bro. Turn that music off, please. Please turn that music off.
So
Don't wanna
all
get
I'm saying
copyrighted.
is Jeanty has 2,200 yards and then 27 touchdowns. That is very, 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 very good compared to a lot of years running backs. And if he
And a
loses
lot more
it,
catches. I mean, a lot more things, too.
no, he has a lot this year. This
A lot
year
more, though.
compared, yeah, but that happens all the time.
And we're talking about something that doesn't happen all the time. And because it doesn't happen all the time,
Yeah,
it gets
they have
it
to be
gets
careful
taken.
figuring out.
It takes it down.
No, there's no taking down. It's you have to be careful if it's worthy enough, because in the future, many people could potentially replicate this compared to what Jeanty's
Okay.
doing.
I have
27
a quick question.
touchdowns does not happen.
I have a quick question. So if the polls or the bets or whatever were more comparable between Travis Hunter and Ashton Jeanty, how much would that factor into how you feel about this situation?
Say it again. The beginning part.
If the bets, like if the numbers for the bets, right? You say he was up 1,000 or something like that, or down 1,000, whatever the thing is for
Yeah,
him to
up
win.
1,000. Pretty much,
Yeah.
they say Hunter's gonna win.
Yeah. If they're saying it was 50-50, would you have the same tone when it comes to how you're looking at the situation?
Yeah, if Jeanty went out there and could not get 80 yards,
That's not what I'm saying.
I'm done.
That's not what I'm saying.
What you mean?
I'm talking about just right now where the betting odds stay, and they were 50-50, right?
There could be. Okay.
Would you have the same tone to Travis Hunter's
Yeah, the betting odds didn't
card?
matter to me. I thought Jeanty already had a better season, but I do think it's more dependent on
But
that playoff.
the more unique season.
I mean, I've never seen a two-way player.
That's
So
what I'm saying, and that
Yeah.
is like
that's special enough for
That's
Heisman for you.
special enough. Yes, it's special enough to win, justify winning. Because
Wow.
I'm not saying that if Jeanty wins, oh, this was rigged and he shouldn't have won. I'm saying that Travis Hunter is special enough to win the Heisman Trophy. He had a good enough season. If he didn't hit certain benchmarks, which have to be set, which this will probably set him if he do win.
Yeah, so
It makes it all it is adding more context to.
yeah, but when I
What-
ask you like what are the benchmarks,
Yeah.
your benchmarks are that Colorado turned around their season.
No, my benchmarks was over 1,000 yards.
Well, right there, that is not a
over 1,000
benchmark for
yards.
Heisman.
Listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm
That's
saying.
not it. Even the
You ain't even let me finish. You ain't even let me finish, bro. Like over 1,000 yards plus 10 touchdowns,
yes.
and then like whatever your like other specialty things is, like a certain amount of catches or whatever, right? Because it's the same thing. It'd be the same thing whenever like contract negotiation come up. I need to hit these benchmarks to get this contract, these incentives or whatever, right? So if the field is down, that can't be a knock on somebody that's in the field.
So
If you're looking at history, technically it's a knock,
difference-
but it's a knock on every single person.
Yes, so what I'm saying though is historically you have to look at your positions you're playing. So he's not better in either category historically. This year he's not better in his positions either, but he's playing both. So they're adding that into effect, which is why he's in the race. Devontae Smith won the Heisman. He had 117 receptions. That's 25-ish, 27-ish. Oh, actually, yeah, 27-ish. 25 less receptions.
Yeah.
Than Hunter. He had 1,800 yards, averaged more yards per catch, which was 15.9, and had 23 touchdowns.
Right.
So he has a large chunk more.
And where does he rank amongst the other Heisman?
So that's receivers? The thing. The next Heisman wide receiver is a long time ago.
Exactly. So that's another exceptional case.
No, so what I'm saying, so he's the most dominant in his spot. He's number one everything. So
yes,
all of that.
But
so Jamar Chase had. So think about this. Jamar Chase had 84 receptions, 1,780 yards. That's 100 yards less than him.
Yep.
He averaged 21 yards average per reception. So that was 5 to 6 yards more than Devontae Smith, the Heisman Trophy winner. 20 touchdowns, 3 less, and he did not win the Heisman.
Yeah.
Not only that, Justin Jefferson was on his team.
Yeah.
And he had 111. So 30 more catches. He had 15 yards and 18 touchdowns.
Yeah. Now, would you agree that they had a better team?
Had a better team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Right. So, would you agree that I'm not trying to say that the stats are inflated, but better teams should have better stats.
Sure. But this is 2 wide receivers on the same team.
Yeah.
So both of their stats should be less.
But Deontay, what's his name?
Devontae Smith.
Devontae Smith was on Alabama.
Yeah.
Pretty good team, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, in context of caliber, where Colorado was at just a year ago is not even comparable. But this year, Travis was able to still have this amount of success. Now, I'm not trying to say that 1,100 is a lot. I'm saying that it's a benchmark.
Well, that's why I'm saying, like, the benchmark portion, that's what they're deciding now, because the problem is 1,000 yards being a benchmark. Not only is it something that doesn't get you sniffed for Heisman, like,
but 1,000 yards is considered a successful season.
That's why I don't.
From a wide receiver?
Not really, bro. It's like
that's everybody's freaking benchmark.
In the NFL,
he had a 1,000-yard season. Oh, he had a 1,000-yard season. Oh, he had a 1,000-yard season.
There was 41 wide receivers that had a 1,000-yard season in 2019. 2020, there was 14.
But they didn't play both sides of the ball.
So all I'm saying is now, they have to account for a player who doesn't play who plays both sides of the ball.
Yes.
How much does that chop down a normal versus a normal wide receiver? Let's just say the person he was versing against was any wide receiver on those years. Would he beat that wide receiver for Heisman? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we know that. Yeah, it's pretty much like if Travis Hunter and Devontae Smith said Devontae Smith played this year. When was he?
Because it's like to make this argument, you have to do so much work of like historical versus focusing on what actually happened.
Yeah,
this year, and I'm not saying that it's not something that you should consider, but it's like it's where you rank the eye test versus stats, and I'm just not really a stat man like that, like me personally, and I can understand that
Yeah.
it'll play a factor for more people. I mean, play a factor for like more for people than me personally. But in my opinion, from what I done seen, Travis Hunter is the best player in college football right now. And regardless, and that's regardless of conference, regardless of what you call it.
Yeah,
It's
and,
in
and
the play.
all I'm saying is, like, how did you get there? Like, how did you get that? Yo, that game made me realize he was the best player in college football. Like, where was the Heisman moment? You know how sometimes they say that.
Yeah.
Like,
whether it's the some of the clutch picks he had, or the forced fumble, or just like being able to the ability to get in the end zone at almost at will at sometimes, like during the game. Like, it's just like you can look at his film and see, like, nah, this youngin is different. He might not be like, and this was one of the things I kept saying before, like, he might not be one of the most flashiest wide receivers that you see, but what he does is effective. And a lot of stuff is like, and it comes down to like the play style too, where a lot of stuff it'd be like crossing routes and underneath routes, where like a lot of these other youngins like Devontae Chase and Smith, they're deep ball threats. And I think that Travis Hunter can go up and high point something, but he's not outrunning everybody like them. They're the fastest youngins in the league.
Yeah. So that's all I'm saying. It's like, I'm not saying Jeanty is all-time greatest player either, because like I said, it's just kind of like, if Travis was in the playoffs right now, it would make me feel better because we would have a clearer answer. But unfortunately, the answer is going to come down to, how does one grade Travis Hunter's year combined as a corner?
Yeah.
And then is his touchdowns, you said 14, is that enough to say, like, it was dominant enough? You know what I mean? Like, and that is tough for me to say dominant, because I don't see a single team that anyone would say, like, would this be considered domination? You know what I mean?
So, yeah, because like, what, Boise played Georgia, right? That's what you're saying? Or no?
In the playoffs, I don't know. I think they might.
No, like, who have they played so far?
I have to look at
That's a notable team.
Let me pull it out. Hey, bro, I'm gonna do real good with this.
Because it just seems like no matter how much ground I grant you, it'll never be enough until it happens.
Well, like I said, it's not like what all I'm saying is pretty much one player is officially done.
Yeah.
And the other player has a chance to, like, prove that I'm legit against higher competition. And for me, that's a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then if you don't do good against that, then I'm just going to say, okay,
and it's
Travis
also
Hunter.
something that we have not seen yet. So, yeah. So it's also something we have not seen yet. So it's like, and like I said before, if he goes out and he balls out.
Jeanty versus Oregon, bro.
Yeah. So, yeah. So Colorado's
25, 192 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. So
that's the number one team.
They don't have a game.
That's their only loss. Yo, oh my gosh, bro.
So, yeah, so you could get hyped off that, but what I'm saying.
Oh, I'm extra hyped now, bro.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So what I'm saying is that you can only play the cards that you're dealt, right?
Yeah.
So, like, there's so much that goes into the game that for Travis Hunter versus like Ashton Jeanty, where you only have to really worry about one thing. Like, yes, he probably blocked sometimes and stuff like that, or catch the ball or whatever, but like that singular focus, and it's a decision that was best for the team, obviously, like for Colorado, and anybody that gets him to have him play both sides. But it's like, I feel like that's like, if you're gonna grant the grace of him playing both ways, you also got to grant the grace of the potential of what he could have done if he just played one position. Like it might not be 50-50. Yeah. It might not be 50-50, but
that's what I'm saying.
The way the conversation is going, it feels like it's more like 10-90.
Yeah. So no. It's like 60-40.
But that's not how it sounds, though. That's not how it sounds. Is what I'm.
Because one player's done. Like one player is done.
I get that. But if as of today,
but you're saying as of today it's done. Like I don't know how you're getting that from me.
No, because of the question. If the Heisman came out today, I would say that Travis Hunter will win.
Okay. Yeah.
That's all I've been trying to say.
Yeah, but you're saying that because you on the eye test feel like he's the best player.
And he hit the benchmarks of what makes a good receiver and a good and these are make-believe benchmarks, but after he wins, if he lose, they will be set to where 1,000. We'll know either 1,000 and 100 yards, 14 touchdowns is enough or it's not.
Well, we wouldn't. Huh? We wouldn't. Like we wouldn't until someone wins. That's all.
That's what I just said. That's what I just said.
No, you said if he loses, we know that's not enough.
So what I'm saying is, like, if he loses, we'll know that the benchmarks of 1,100 yards and all his stats were not enough to eclipse the Heisman. But if he does win, we'll know that it does.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But my thing is, it's better if he wins, then we have a clear benchmark. If he loses, we still have no idea what a two-way player needs to do. You see what I'm saying? So that all I'm saying.
Yeah, but obviously, at the same time, you saying that two things can be true at once is that it wasn't enough either. Because they don't give because they don't give a reason why. Like the committee doesn't come out with a reason why this player won over this player. It's all speculation. But really, at that point, all you can really rely on is stats, right? Because the eye test wasn't enough at that point.
So that's the thing. For you, the eye test is he's elite. My eye test does not say that, bro.
Right, and that's fine. So that's completely fine.
That's a vague thing anyway for them to do. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, like but obviously,
regardless, every time they pick Heisman, eye test is just vague.
Right, but it factors in. Regardless of what you're saying, it factors in.
I don't know.
Like there's if it's 1% or if it's 50, it factors in. You gotta watch the film. There's no way they just give him a stat sheet. If they just gave him a stat sheet, like you're saying, what's the name of the one? The dude from Western Michigan or whatever, or Western Kentucky.
But they also just did what I did. They looked at who he versed. Do you know what I mean? They just brought up, who they versed? He played pretty good against the best team.
So it's not a yes and. It's not a yes and. The eye test is not a yes and, but that's all youngies we talking about.
But who's talking about the eye test?
That's a topic on SportsCenter, ESPN every freaking week.
Bro, you know how many times they've said, "Yo, I see this dude beat Tom Brady. This is a Tom Brady throw," and then they be butt cheeks.
Yeah, but that's the eye test. It factors in into what they think. It factors into the MVP ratings. Like, you can't tell me that it's not a factor. You can't tell me that it's not a factor, bro.
I'm not okay. How about this? I'm not a big eye test person anyway, but I'm on along the lines of what you're saying, being a narrative.
That's all I've been trying to say.
Like a narrative. Like I think a narrative is more important than the eye test because I feel like the eye test is just you like the guy and you're seeing more in this person than someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've seen my dad, the Commanders draft someone, and I'm like, this is an F pick. He's like, oh, they say he can play both, and I'm like, bruh, like you're saying that because he's on your team now. Like, like the eye test is automatically. Yeah,
he's not on my team though, and I'm saying that, and I'm not, bro. I just started watching college football again.
So what I'm saying is,
so
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So he has eye popping plays,
yes,
and stuff like that,
and he also has some benchmarks that you need to hit.
But that's what I'm saying.
Well.
But gee, that benchmark thing, I don't know where you're getting that this is a benchmark, because the thing about wide receivers is their benchmark is so much higher than that. So
yeah, but
really the benchmark becomes two-way player.
He's fourth.
Yes. And that you agreed that they have to look at historic because every year is different.
I did not agree that.
So
I said you got to look at this year. I said not in the context of like you have to look at it historic as far as like the context of the storyline, but not when it comes to like seasonal things.
Yeah, and the Jeanty has literally the most touchdowns and the most yards. Mm-hmm. Like, why is that not good enough? How about that? Why is that not good enough? I'm not
saying it's not good enough. I'm saying that if either one of them won, I would not be surprised. That's what I'm trying to get at. I think that Travis Hunter should win. Not should win. I wouldn't. If I had to pick today, I'm picking
just straight up
Travis. Yeah, if I'm picking today, I'm picking Travis Hunter.
Because he plays both.
Yes.
Doesn't matter how good the numbers are, just because he plays both.
No, because of how good his numbers are as well. That's in context. And you're saying that his numbers aren't good enough. And that's completely fine.
Like, I'm not saying his numbers aren't good enough. It
sounds like you're saying that.
No, it's kind of like
top 4 is not good enough.
No.
I said top 4 again.
You keep doing this top 4.
Fourth is not good enough.
It just sounds like from your perspective, you're saying, oh, he plays both sides and these stats are good. Therefore, it's good enough for the ultimate Heisman Trophy winner. You see, like, I'm like, wow.
I'm saying, okay, I got the sentence for you, bro. I think that his combined stats are elite enough to win Heisman.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. His combined stats. Not necessarily when you break them separately.
Yeah.
But his combined stats are good enough to win Heisman. Now, when you figure all of the other stuff, it can get a little murky. That's why I don't bet. But from the betting thing, they saying this a lot. From my personal perspective, I'm saying this a lot. But I wouldn't be surprised if Jeanty won.
Based on
the fact that what do you mean based on?
Like what if you wouldn't be surprised if Jeanty won?
Yeah, if he won, it's because he's the best running back. And they have a like they're in the playoffs. Those two things. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't really matter if they win in the playoffs or not.
Okay, so the reason for Jeanty is he's the best running back.
That's their benchmark.
The reason for Jeanty winning is he's the best running back in college football, not the best player.
Yeah.
So like if he did win, you would still say
in that sense, it would be based on stats.
But like, so regardless, if he wins Heisman, he's not the best player.
Pound for pound, no.
Wow, that's a big statement.
Pound for pound, no. Because because pound for pound calls for the eye test. Pound for pound calls for the eye test. Because we have this conversation all the time. When we drafted Taco Bell man, Johnny Davis, right? I was like, bro, this is a pretty high pick, man. Like from what I'm seeing, like his buckets, those look very hard to get.
Yeah.
Right? True. And if you're picking out the first round, you want your pick to make it look easy in college. All his buckets were tough. And what happened when he got to NBA? Couldn't do nothing, right? So same rules apply. When I'm looking at Travis Hunter's stuff, I'm like, nah, man, it's looking easy out there for him. Like, he's elite. So if he wins Heisman, I wouldn't be surprised.
You might need to watch some Jeanty highlights. Bro.
Like, no, I've seen Jeanty highlights. I've seen not as much as I don't watch them every week, but
yeah.
I know that he's good, and I'm not trying to take that away from him. But it's the way that we have to, like, and this happens with everything almost. It's like, if you're not this, you're that. When I see the world as more like, yes and then either or. You get me? So like I can see Jeanty winning, and I think it would be well deserved, right? But at the same time, Travis Hunter is the best player I've seen this year. So
it just seems like a lot of eye tests. Like it feels like a lot of eye tests and gut feeling that if I trust Travis Hunter to go lock down these top wide receivers,
yeah.
And for me, I'm just kind of like, I need to see Jeanty again.
He has not had the opportunity from you. He hasn't had the opportunity.
Yeah, I just feel like
and Jeanty
his
will get that opportunity.
Yeah, and
so
then if Jeanty doesn't perform, no, that's what I'm saying. That's not a thing. What I'm saying is, I get to see Jeanty, and I don't get to see Travis. But if Jeanty doesn't perform good, then I feel like Travis has a little more. You see what I'm saying?
So that's enough to, yeah. But I don't see the problem with that, and you see the problem with what I'm saying.
No, my only problem is I don't see the elite.
Because of the schedule.
Yeah. There's not an elite person that he went and locked down.
But that's not something he can control, though. Arizona was ranked top 4. They went against one of the top wide receivers in that game. He locked him up 2 years in a row.
Bro, one of the top wide receivers. Let me go ahead and see. Was it
number 4?
Arizona?
Number 4.
Arizona football.
You should have been streaming this, Chris.
Oh, no, it's good. Only on 34. Is tough 7? Why can't I click on the game? I'm just click Buffaloes. It's not letting me. Versus Colorado. There it is. The 11th. Nope, that's last year.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
2024.
And even if you want to say that my scale is more eye test than not, when it comes to MVP, it's like, bro, you either got it or you don't. Travis Hunter got it, bro. Like, he got it. Ashton Jeanty do too. Ashton Jeanty do too.
Yeah, I think.
But
I just feel like from my side,
it's one more. Like it's one more. I
just feel like from my side, I'm fine with both of them. Like you said, I'm fine with it being between them two. I can't really see a quarterback beating these two out.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of like, okay, if this is Hunter's end, I'm like, Jeanty has a chance to pass him. I don't think it's like slam dunk. It's over.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
And that's kind of where I sit on it.
I can agree with that.
It sounds like for you it's slam dunk over. Like,
well, if I had to pick today, yeah.
If you pick it today, boom, I don't care about 20 touchdowns, like
yeah,
or 28 touchdowns.
Yeah, I think playing both sides is more impressive.
Yeah, regardless. So Jeanty can't do it. Dang. So what type of season would Jeanty have to had for you to be like, yo, yeah, both sides didn't matter? Just wondering.
I don't know. He got to win. He got to win the whole thing.
That's crazy.
So now, if he wins one game, that's enough for me. One playoff game.
You in trouble, G.
Why? Like, you want me to be, oh, this is that, but it's way more like.
So
nuanced in that.
Hunter had no pass defense on that game. No one tackle.
Yep.
And then he had 2 receptions for 17 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And they won 34-7.
Yeah. Did you watch the game though?
Yeah. Oh, no, you didn't. I know you're not saying. Oh
I don't
my
know.
God.
I
I'm about to go watch the game now.
I ain't watched that game either. But
I'm about to go watch this game now because I was at least
I
hoping like
remember last
2
year.
pass defenses.
Last year, he locked them up. I remember.
No,
I ain't watching this year. I ain't gonna cap. I ain't watching this year. But
you got scared this year. They said, "Yeah, I'm not even going."
no,
to
they said that we're not even gonna line him up on Travis this year. Probably that's probably what happened.
Probably.
It's like we don't want none of them problems.
Yeah, I mean, to wrap this up, Travis gonna go number 1 in my opinion. It's well worth the risk. Jeanty is never ever not any world gonna go number 1.
Yeah.
We'll see if Vegas is confident Travis number 1. I think they feel what you're feeling. Like it's a better story,
bro.
Hey, they're at 1,000. They're begging. And like I said, I'm more like 60-40, so I'm not even gonna take the bet on Jeanty to win Heisman. But Vegas is like, bro, it's too much. He plays 2 plays
55-45.
Yeah, you are not. You are a whole 8. Bro, you are a whole 80-20.
No, bro. No, that's just how you're receiving what I'm saying. That's just how you're receiving what I'm saying.
Yo, I asked, what would Jeanty have to do to pass Travis in your eyes? You said win the whole thing.
I was just kidding, bro. I literally say he has to win 1 game, bro. Win one game.
Yeah. What's the playoff ranking? What's the
Well, yeah. Well, actually, they'd be 4. They be like they get a bye. They would get a bye, right or no? Did they get a bye?
No, they're not. They're not in the top 4 conferences, so they don't. They automatically get in though.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, if they win 1 game, that's good enough for me. If they got a bye, then that would be
like if they beat Texas, bro.
That'd be crazy.
Texas does not look great though, but still, I would be like, damn. Boise like.
Yeah, that's because Quentin Ewers though.
Oh, you think they're gonna throw in, bro? Throw in.
He ain't the same, man.
How come they don't have a bracket, Alex?